Pelicans fall to the Lakers 139-122 tonight. Man, I got so many thoughts, Chaz. Let's get into it.
First took away. Yes, with this. Get your money's worth.
Presented to you by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give a call at 504-523-5413 if you're someone you know has been involved in an accident. The Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. Chaz tonight. Lido probably joining as well. Pelicans fall 139-122 at 1 point. Chaz, the Lakers dropped, I think it was, I don't have the exact, I think it's 85 points in the first half. They scored 73 in the first half, but they gave up 85. Make sure you smash that like button.
Right.
Look, Chaz, let's start in the first quarter. I thought Zion and Brandon were actually fantastic there in the first quarter. I think they combined for 30 points to go 10 of 12 from the field, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. You saw a lot of points Zion. What did you see in that stretch from those two?
I saw some incredible efficiency. I'd be remiss if I said I wasn't worried because let's just address the elephant in the room. Past two games against formidable teams, Brandon's a combined 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Something that we talked about ad nauseum. And I think the difference in this game was a guy like D'Lo who was able to make big shots from beyond the arc. Just always a dynamic player when he plays the Pelicans. He hates the Pelicans for some reason, but I really like the point of emphasis for Brandon and Zion to come out early with that intensity. It's a math equation at the end of the day, man. You can't escape it. People like to think we're harping on these things, but the truth is the truth. You got it. It's 2024, and you got to shoot threes, man. You got to shoot threes. What up, Lido? What up, Five?
Lido 5 joining the show. 5. We're just talking about the incredible start the Pelicans get off with. Zion Williamson and Brandon combined 10 of 12 from the field, 30 points. Gets the free throw line 11 times in the first quarter, and then you just didn't really see it the remaining of the game. And I'm just frustrated, man. I'm so fucking pissed off with the Jordan Hawkins thing that I can't even focus on how to run this show because it doesn't make any sense to me. It makes zero sense. And Chris, and shout out Chris, he texted in the group chat. Like, you see the flow of the game. It is a shootout. It is a shootout. I mean, the Lakers are not missing. The Pelicans are not missing. And you just you go to this all defensive lineup and they, guess what? You still gave up 85 in the first half. It doesn't make sense to me, Jarrett.
And it's funny that Dyson and Herb shot the ball really well, right?
Yeah.
From their perspective,
Dyson, 2 for 3, yeah. Herb 3 for 5. That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it almost forces them to double down. What's up, Lex? Double down on his process with those two. And again, this is not saying like they can't play, but not her, but Dyson more so, like, or even Jose for that matter. Like, it's not that they can't play, but certain games just require you to bring all the weapons that you have for this particular game to it. And if you don't, then you'll see, like, the 3-point line was the difference between the game. Like, if you don't think so, then we just shouldn't be talking about basketball because, as Chaz alluded to, like, it purely is a math equation. Like, basketball is math. That's really what it is. Like, you're trying to get 3-on-2s, you're trying to get the advantage. That's really all it is. You're trying to out-scheme them. And I don't think they were, they scored the ball really well. I thought Brandon's aggressiveness, Zion's aggressiveness early on was pretty impressive. Like, I hope that continues. But if you're going to just allow a team to score, like, you got to be able to score with them. And I don't think they were ready for that.
Chris Conn joined the show. Lido, I keep getting these tweets of like, well, Jordan Hawkins is a liability defensively. And I keep asking the question, well, okay, what is he not good defensively at? Is it the point of attack? Is it not? Is it weak side rotation? Like, what is it? Because, like, I see a guy that competes defensively. Is he like this shutdown defender? No. but I think he attacks rebounds well. I think he competes. I think he tries to be in the right spot. Like tonight, Zion just got like I saw 5. I saw Chris say like he just kept getting backdoored, like just continuously backdoor, layup. I don't give a fuck about the pause right now. It's 12 o'clock. It's midnight. I don't care. I just don't care. Just don't care. What's frustrating to me, Lito, is he's a liability defensively. Well, what is he not good at defensively? What is he not good at that he's so bad that he can't play in this game?
I just want to say that I fell asleep after the first half, and it don't look like I missed a whole lot. So thank God for sleep. You know what I'm saying? Sleep is something that God gives you to keep you from insanity. And hey, you went all defense tonight, right? Like you played Dyson 27 minutes. Did the defense make a difference? Did defensively you went with you played Larry a ton in the first half over Jonas, what I saw, and you still played drop coverage. You didn't adhere to who you had in the lineup. Like you could have changed the defensive scheme instead of having Larry drop. It was the same thing Jonas would do, right? Like it looked like the same thing to me. I think look, we talk about the Jordan Hawkins thing all the time. It's just a want at this point. Like it's a want to play him. There's enough data out there to know that if you put him in a game, he's gonna make shots. Good things gonna happen. Defense is not real because as you saw again, you played 27 minutes of Dyson and it didn't look like the defense made a difference.
Didn't. There was a question here, Chris, from David. Why did Trey only play 19 minutes tonight?
Defense.
Jose Alvarado. Larry Nance, 19 minutes. Jose Alvarado played more than Trey Murphy. Dyson Daniels played more than Trey Murphy. Obviously, you look at the box score, people would say, well, he was a negative 19. What's your thoughts on that?
He was terrible on defense. The Lakers did hunt him, but the trade-off on that is that he only had like 2 shots. He only had like 3 shots. Like you could every player on that Pelicans team has weaknesses. They can all be exploited in some way or another. But there are certain fraction of the players that get an opportunity to show what they can do or what their strengths are. Certain guys that have the basketball in their hands more than others to where they can make up or at least hide some of the things that they don't do well. I don't have any bail for Trey because Trey was terrible defensively. Like, I mean, he didn't really find other ways to impact the game, but he's a shooter. Like, I mean, let's call it what it is. He's an offensive threat. He's not in the game, regardless of what he was brought in a draft to do or be. He's not very good defensively night to night. He's not there yet as a player. But what he can do is shoot the basketball. What he can do is, create opportunities offensively. And if you don't give him the opportunity to do so, then there's no point of having him in the game. And listen, Dyson played, however many minutes. I think he
27 minutes. 27 minutes.
Yeah, he ended up with 8 points. Jose played
21
however many minutes, and was inefficient. Didn't really give you much anywhere close to what he's giving you in the last leg again. It was again just a bad job by the staff, kind of diagnosing what needed to happen in certain moments in the game versus sticking to what either the game plan said or what their gut or, mind typically tells them to do.
Chaz, would you say Jordan Hawkins is struggling from deep as of late? Would you say he's struggling?
I don't think there's truthfully enough data on that to give a fair assessment. I think most of the times when you see him in the game, and his first shot typically goes in more often than not.
Because I'm looking at Jose Alvarado's last 4 games. He's 5 of 19 from deep. 5 of 19.
Yeah, man.
Because Jordan Hawkins is 5 of 19 from deep. He's not seeing the floor for a month. I'm just letting you know right now he's not seeing the floor for a month. And look, I'm not saying that like Jose is the reason why we lost, but like people are saying shooting slumps and all this stuff. That right there is not very good.
Listen,
And if you go back a little bit further,
Mhm.
it's like 8 of 30.
listen, and I'm not telling you, listen, I'm saying to the general public, it's like a game like this is whoever the first person to die is the first person who runs out of bullets. This that kind of game. Defense doesn't nobody stopping nobody tonight. This is an arms race. First person to die is the first one who runs out of bullets. And the Pelicans didn't put themselves in the best position to succeed because you left money on the bench. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just hate the process of how things are being done in regards to Jordan Hawkins specifically, because we've seen it already. We've seen it so many times already. We know it's a bad product, a bad process rather, and we continue to do it. It's like, again, you can run across the street 10 times. You may not get hit by a car 9 times, but all it takes is one time for you to get hit by that car and it's over for your ass. So the Pelicans keep getting away with these mistakes. And when, you know, the floor isn't underneath them anymore, it's like, oh my God, what are they doing? And it's like, they've been doing this the whole time. And I think now, you know, people, they'll realize it, but they're gonna forget. They're gonna go right back to Jose. It's like, and again, it's not Jose. It's not Jose's fault, because Jose is doing his job. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the best he can do, taking advantage of the opportunity he's been given. But it's like, at some point, if you're upstairs, man, you got to make the call. Even if you got to make the call again, you got to make the call. If you griff, like, look, we can't have this no more. Like, you know,
Chris,
Terrible.
what did you think went wrong defensively tonight? Like, what would you pinpoint like the main cause of giving up 139? Or like, it was more of the 85 in the first half, not the 139, but the 85.
Look, I mean, they had some moments, I think, maybe effort wise, that they could have been better. But I mean, look, Rui had 21. You know, D'Lo's been on a heater. Like he's been doing his thing. I think even Jackson Hayes gave him 6 points. Like you didn't even really get killed by LeBron and AD from a scoring perspective. AD had 3 fouls in the first quarter. So that tells part of the story right there. I mean, I think as a team, they shot the hell out of the basketball in ways that they typically won't. And then, I mean, the other element is just the Lakers aren't a good matchup for the Pelicans, I think, when it comes to defending. Like, most teams you can think of, like, that the Pelicans can play against, you can pinpoint the guys that they have on their roster and say, all right, I can formulate an idea how we have a matchup for them. Well, the Pelicans don't have a matchup for Anthony Davis to even really bother him, more times than not. They don't have a matchup for LeBron James, as good as Herb is. We've seen this for about 4 or 5, 6 years now. Like, you don't have a matchup there. He's either too strong, or if you put someone up there that's a little bit bigger on him, he's too quick. And he knows how to get to the free throw line outside it. That's one of the greatest scorer by statistics in the history of the game. So I think they're traditionally a bad matchup for the Pelicans. So if the others end up playing, like, you don't really have much of a chance. So I mean, Pelicans could have did some things better. They came out with better effort in the third quarter, but the Lakers others made plays, man.
Yeah, yep. Jarrett. I was gonna give you that question first, but I mean, allegedly, Chaz, you just texted that Willie Green called out Trey Murphy's defense tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't want to be talking about we all be texting like, God damn, Justin.
Sorry,
but
sorry,
it was him right there. Like, shit.
I just popped up on my computer. I'm sorry, Chaz. I could have worded that one a little bit better. I'm sorry, but it just popped up. Chaz said that.
But I'll say this: if he specifically targeted Trey's defense, I don't like that being handled publicly, because you're not going to do that with everybody, and you're notorious for treating players differently. You know what I'm saying?
Zion Williamson was bad defensively tonight. He was horrific.
Like, he was horrific. Like, come on, man. We calling everybody up publicly. Let's call everybody up. Let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's not have our picks and chooses. I don't like that personally. I don't like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like convenient accountability. I don't like convenient accountability. Let's call everybody up if you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Jared, what'd you see from Zion tonight offensively? We know he was bad defensively. What'd you see from him offensively tonight? Because I thought he was man, I just thought he was attacking. He's starting to not foul bait a little bit, but selling it more, like ripping through, trying to get to the free throw line. What I loved about it is that he got to the free throw line early and then it just stopped. Did you think that was more of a referee thing, or was that more on Zion Williamson?
Yeah, you can see the more so, like, let's talk about like the foul call first. The foul calls a lack thereof. It was more of like a referee thing. They just stopped calling fouls on them because it was kind of almost like the same kind of contact. Although LeBron can get those calls, AD even get those calls. Hell, Austin Reeves will get calls. It is the Lakers. They're just gonna, that shit's just gonna happen. And Willie tried to get a tech. This wasn't the game to necessarily get the tech in, to be honest. Like, it wasn't really gonna move the needle.
Right.
I mean, this could have happened maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 10 games ago, maybe, but it's not happening. Like, you can't just say I'm gonna get a tech in this one and it's gonna move. It just wasn't. But I think early on his mind was made up. Like, he wasn't giving, like, he wasn't like allowing guys like a break, right? When I say this, like, letting guys off the hook. Like, no, I'm getting to the rim. Fuck everything else. This is where I'm going. Even I thought his energy, even like if he missed, right, he's trying to get the rebound to score again. I thought that was pretty impressive. Just the way he impacted the game early, I thought he had his mind made up. Like, yo, we gonna win this game. But although they didn't win, I thought the effort from Zion was pretty impressive.
Appreciate it, Lab. Lita, lineup had need to be better with having JV with Z back in to start the second half, and Zion. Let's play the point guard at least 2 shoes for more spacing. Let's talk about this because I'm interested in y'all's thoughts. They keep surrounding Brandon with non-shooters, and then Zion doesn't even. I'm just so mad. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. You don't surround your best players with shooting. I don't understand it. At one point, late in the third quarter, Brandon Ingram was on the floor with Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels, Jose Alvarado, and Trey Murphy. I just don't know what you expect him to do with that. And that's when they lost. Like, that's when the Lakers, like, I think it was like a 4 or 5 point game there in the third quarter, and then expanded to 12 at the end of the third. And that was basically the game.
Hey, I didn't even see that. But let me ask you this: when you watch that lineup, it makes you think whose side you're on, huh?
What do you mean?
Who do you want to win? If you coaching the team and you put those players out there with your best player, right? How do you want them to succeed? Are you with us? You're on our side.
But see, Justin, I mean, while that is bad process, they still got up good shots in that lineup. Like,
of course
it's
they do,
definitely,
because they're going to live with it, Chris. Like, that's the problem.
No,
People are like, well, Dyson went 2 for 2. Like, I know,
but I'm not
did,
talking about Dyson, Justin. I'm not talking about
about?
Dyson. I'm Brandon got good shots and he took some bad shots. Like, the process, I'm agreeing with you that the process was bad. Like, Hawkins, it was a perfect time to have Hawkins in that lineup, but they still got good shots in that, like, with that group. They were down 5 back-to-back possessions, and BI took back-to-back mid-ranges versus going away from what wasn't been working for him early in the game and getting to the rim. Like, I 100% understand, what you're saying, but that lineup and that period where Hawkins didn't play, like, that isn't the entire reason why they fucking lost this game.
That's fair. But do you think that maybe Brandon's not attacking because everyone else is in the paint, because they literally don't respect anybody else out there? Because they're as Joe Mazzulla said it, they're like, if Larry Nance hit shots, he hit shots. If Dyson Daniels hit shots, he hit shots. If Jose Alvarado hit shots, he hit shots. But number 14 ain't scoring.
Man,
I mean, the Lakers' paint defense was horrible the entire game, man. Like,
That's
and
right.
I think even at that point, AD was out of the game. I mean, it was Jackson Hayes that there was a point before Zion goes. Yeah, where Zion is just making the same move consistently. Like there was no protection there. Like it just it's still bad process though. There's no way to defend it. It's terrible process.
Because go ahead, Chaz. I don't want to lead up one of y'all.
No, I was just laughing because I'm just like, hey man, from everything I've read and all the talking points I've come across, it seems like the best way to stop Brandon is to defend him. He's like, how do you expect Brandon to make shots when teams are playing defense? It just that's something I never really took into consideration. Like, oh shit, they're guarding him. So how can I expect him to deliver when this opposing player isn't like letting him score on purpose? It changed everything for me. It changed everything for me. But seriously though, this was a inside out type of game, especially when you saw AD in foul trouble. You gotta and Dyson, for as well as Dyson's played defensively, and Dyson gave you 2-3. Dyson did more than what you would expect from him offensively. So credit to him. Dyson isn't the reason you win or lose this game. Jose isn't the reason you win or lose this game. Your younger players who didn't play the night before, who didn't have to travel, who aren't coming off an emotional Kobe Bryant ceremony or what have you, they're supposed to show up and deliver night in, night out, especially if you have a guy like David Griffin who decided to stand pat and not bring in any type of reinforcements whatsoever. You need those guys to deliver. Jordan Hawkins should have played, but shouldn't have mattered. You're younger. You're supposed to be better. You didn't play last night, so let's just, even if you're not better, let's just call it even because you're not on the second half of a back-to-back. Let's just call it even. And you went out there and you got your ass kicked again. So it is, hey.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question since, again, I didn't see a lot of the second half. Based on what Shaz just said, what was the reason? I mean, I see the box score. I see the Lakers had 5 players in double digits, 1 player with 30 points, the rest with 20-something points. What, in y'all opinion, what is the reason the Pelicans lost then?
You couldn't get stopped. I mean, that's the reality of the situation, right? I mean, listen, I agree. I think I just hate the process. No one lost the game tonight. Jose Alvarado didn't lose the game. Dyson Daniels didn't lose the game tonight. It's just that LeBron James basically took over. I just thought that they played Anthony Davis with 3 fouls in the second quarter. They didn't attack it. It's the process of it. It's like I would have immediately in the third quarter, every set down, I'm attacking Anthony Davis, try to get that 4th foul. Every time down. And you just don't see it. Go ahead, Fab.
To Justin's point, look at what they did to Trey. They knew Trey couldn't play. They knew Trey couldn't play defense a lick, and yet they tried to hunt Trey every rip. So no matter, because they know they're not running plays for Trey, so he can't be impactful on the offensive end as he would want to be, just so he can stay on the floor. So what LeBron does, I'm going to go at him every time. D'Lo's searching for Trey. It didn't matter. We don't have that. Oh, no, not to say they don't have this option, but they don't attempt to hunt. That's the really elite teams. They hunt matchups. That's all they spend time doing. They hunt matchups for the entirety of the game.
It's funny you say that, Five. It's so funny you say that because how many times did we hunt Austin Reeves tonight? And
that was my next point is you don't even hunt the guy that's really bad on defense for them.
Other teams do that all the time. You hear it all the time. All the time. So once again,
why Austin was a starter and then got benched because he couldn't impact the game defensively. Hence the same exact thing we do. I mean, other teams do for Trey is the exact same thing for Austin.
And can we keep in mind there's no Vanderbilt tonight, no Cam Reddish. What's the other guy? It don't matter.
Gabe Vincent is out, and then
Gabe Vincent
and Max
out.
Christie got hurt last night.
Max Christie got out. They've been out indefinitely. But you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to say, can we dismiss the back-to-back nomenclature or the notion that back-to-backs matter because they don't matter to the season.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if they played a double overtime game. Like, I don't trust this team against teams that they should have an advantage on. Let's just dismiss it. I don't even want to talk about if a team has a back-to-back. It don't matter.
Yeah, I saw the Wolves come into the Smoothie King Arena last season with no Dame, there's nobody. It beat the dog shit out of healthy Pelicans team at home off of back-to-back last season. But you know what I attribute this game to? Just a lot of immaturity from the top down. Like, to Five's point, you had that technical. BI had a defensive three. You had this silly Zion turnovers. Like, this at the worst time. Like, you're chipping away. Dyson makes an out-of-bound pass. Herb has a turnover. Just at the most inopportune times. And you add that in with the 9 points that you lost the 3-point battle by 9 points. You add that into like some of the free throws, you just things like that, points, money you left on the table, you know what I'm saying, by not even getting a shot attempt up. If you look at the attempts for the Pelicans tonight, it was at 89. That's typically about what they average. That's not good. The Lakers got up 88, but if you didn't play last night. Like, you're the younger team. You got guys that hardly play any minutes, really. So they should, I don't know, man. They just got to go out there with a heightened sense of urgency, especially with a game like this, because now you're back in the play-in.
Is that where we're at now, the play-in again? 17?
Yeah, they're 7. They 7, because the Kings went out and beat the dog shit out Denver, like, by 29 points.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man.
Do I got anything else? I don't know, man. I'm so frustrated. Hey, look, it's just one game. It's a 4-game win streak. Yeah, all that shit. It's just the process of it drives me insane, man. I can't understand. I can't understand some of the rotations. I just really can't.
Justin, I'm gonna keep asking you why you allow these things to affect you when you know that it's going to continue to reintroduce itself.
I'm sick in the head. I keep saying this, bro. I am sick.
Yeah, you gotta stop, man. Like, when you saw Hawkins didn't get in the game early,
that's just what pisses me off. Like that it just doesn't make any sense. There's just you can't give me a reason why he can't get 3 to 4 minutes.
That's actually an audible too, because the last couple of games prior to that Clippers game, they would give Hawkins a look at first, and if he don't make his first couple of shots, he has to make them. Or he's not playing no more.
Chris, can I pose a question to you? Because you had a great tweet tonight. You said the San Antonio game was a Hawk game that flipped and Jose flipped it. So why couldn't tonight be the other way? That's my fucking problem.
That's the thing.
Elaborate a little bit on that.
No, yeah, that's the thing about my my issue with Willie Green or whoever you are going to point at on the staff for making these calls. You made this decision. You made the perfect call for Jose Alvarado the other night. It made 100% sense in the San Antonio game. And you were able to see early, first quarter, second quarter, you had so much data in this game to see that neither team is missing shots at this point. Neither team is really dedicating itself to defense. Chaz called it an arms race. It was the perfect opportunity to say, all right, well, listen, we got one of our best guns over here. And if it wasn't Hawkins, let's say Matt Ryan had him, but you needed to go out there and, bro, when D'Lo was scoring 14 straight points, somebody had said at some point, all right, they clearly got something working. When Rui is scoring 21 points and Austin Reeves isn't missing his first 7 shots, somebody got to say, all right, it's a little crazy in here. We gotta flip the switch. We gotta do something different. And this wasn't a Jose kind of switch. The team wasn't lacking energy. You know what I'm saying? And if they were lacking defense, throwing Jose into the game, he's not your defensive.
He's not a good defender.
Game changer.
I hope people understand that Jose's not a good defender. Like, we need to realize this. He makes some cool plays. He's undersized and he's not a good defender.
All right. So you needed something that was going to be able to change the game. And Hawkins was the only one.
My bad, Chris.
Go ahead.
My bad, Chris. I wanted to ask. It seems like the Pelicans in the first half made a decided effort to implement Point Zion. Did they do that in the second half?
I think Zion had plays, but I don't know if it was necessarily like point Zion. It was
No, it
almost
wasn't
like,
the first
I got
quarter.
it. Yeah, I think in the second half was more so. If you got a board, he was pushing. There was one play I thought was pretty impressive by Zion. He got the rebound. He pushed in transition. It was almost like a 1-on-3, and it's 80 on his hip, and then he scores over Braun with the left hand. Like, I think he should do that more, but it wasn't like a point Zion-esque attack. Nah. Chris, I was in the other room and you were talking, and you made a comment about Brandon. It was a 5-point, I think it was a 5-point possession, almost not a possession, but the Pels were down 5. Brandon decides to shoot a midi, a turnaround on Taurean Prince. I thought there he should have attacked him. Like, the energy was there. Like, try to get to the basket. You didn't have to bail them out. Like, they're looking for you to do that. You essentially give them what they want, and then they end up scoring, and I think they push it back up to 13. Like, those are the plays that I think over time, and I don't think they have enough time to do that, right? Like, you have to know this is where I need to score. I don't have to do a turnaround because I'm in LA. Like, yo, y'all on a roll. Let's try to get to the rim, because I think the more efficient shot is a layup rather than your turnaround.
Yep. Chris, what did you think of Griffin's, I guess, appearance in the second quarter, where like I thought it was interesting because they give up 51 in the second quarter, and like Joel and AD are going back and forth, and Griffin's just sitting there like he's not saying anything. Like, there weren't any questions. And then I thought that was an interesting segment there.
Like,
He didn't really say anything. Like, they brought him on. I felt like they brought him on to like talk about the trade deadline, what happened, and they were just getting blitzed, and he just stayed quiet.
just sitting there, just sitting there watching the game, thinking about DeJounte Murray. Like, I mean, I would, if I was him, that would have been what I would have been doing. Like, damn, like, I mean, man, like, look, and again, like, I'm not surprised they lost this game. I think when we talked about it a couple of days ago, I figured they had a better chance of winning the Clippers game than this game. So I'm not surprised that they lost, man. But I hope people just keeps this shit in perspective when we have conversations about trades and buyouts and talent, in total, man. Like, and criticisms against the coaching staff or the front office and so on and so forth. This team isn't complete, man. Even when they gel, even when they're at their best, they have things that will be exploited. And even and some of those things, even when they're playing right, it may not be good enough to beat LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And, that's why it's okay talking about improving the talent. That's why it's okay. And that's outside of even the salary and all the other business things that need to be addressed very soon. But this is the reality. In the first quarter, Jonas Valanciunas was like, there was nothing he could do positive on the floor. Larry Nance comes in, guess what? Nothing positive he could do on the floor. You had zero center impact into the third quarter when Jonas started to play well again. Like, that's a reality, bro. Like, you about to pay Trey Murphy a lot of money. He's struggling to find himself right now. That's real. You have a log jam in playing one of the best rookies out of this class consistent minutes because of Jose Alvarado. With all due respect, it's Jose Alvarado, bro. Like, that's somebody right now in his home country in Puerto Rico that may be just as good as Jose Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, Zion scored 30. Nobody cared. B.I. got off to a really good start. He had 16 in the first quarter, finished with 22. The team has flaws. Herb had 13. What was wrong? What was so wrong about us talking about DeJounte Murray? You wouldn't take DeJounte Murray playing tonight?
Oh, you.
With all due respect,
You ready to go down?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just
I don't get it. Twitter.
I don't get it, man.
I just don't understand how y'all expect these dudes to score when other teams are playing defense. And I really think that's kind of selfish of y'all to keep bringing this up. Like, I'm catching all these little innuendos y'all throwing. It's like, look, these guys are playing defense. Like, give them credit. Give them some freaking credit. They playing defense. I think Griff, he's a slimy ass freak. He says a lot of he's real slick talker. You know what I'm saying? Real 80s pimp. real 80s pimp. Like, you gotta watch motherfuckers like that. He I thought his article with Christian and Will, shout out to them. I thought that was very interesting. Some of the things he said, and it's just like, come on, bro. Like, you crazy as hell. You certainly felt safe giving these answers because I would have said, I'd have locked the fucking door and said, wait, now you can't leave. Now you can't leave. What do you mean by that? Like, this motherfucker's crazy. Go ahead, 5. You go ahead.
Oh,
You're
5,
muted.
you're muted.
My bad. When the last time y'all heard of a president or executive giving a off-kilter interview at random for no reason? Like that, like he's not even
a GM.
Yeah.
Politics, dog.
Wait, that's a really good
Politics,
point.
Like,
y'all gotta know that was planned. That was completely planned.
I mean, shout out to my dog Will and Christian. Like, I love is love, but when the hell are you just all right, yo? Let me holler at y'all real quick. Let me give you a and
PR,
now
bro.
they have to put it out. I mean, that's where he came from, right? Like, Griff started in PR, so he's well versed in what he wants to say and how he wants to, disseminate it across, platforms. Like, he knows. I just don't get how I hope the fan base is just like, okay, they can see it for what it is. I mean, I think he's a nice guy, but at the end of the day, like, nah, I think you're trying to pull one over on us at this point.
Griff say shit like, look, guys, no one's trying to pull your eyes over the wall. No one's trying to pull your eyes over the wall. When the going gets tough, you got to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Cool.
Won't you make like a tree and get the hell out of here? Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just asked why you ain't get a fucking backup point guard. I don't hear this weird shit. I don't hear this dumb shit you talking about.
All that boy metaphors be off. He was on TV talking like Jay Prince. I was like,
oh
what the fuck is happening?
Oh my god. Some of the if you guys only knew some of the offers I said no to. Hey, you see Dyson? Is that Dyson's second 3? Hey.
Yeah, he's talking us through the game, bro. Like,
he started coaching. There's a comment. He started coaching like, man, we're gonna shore this up. I mean, we can't give up 40 in a quarter here. I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Wait, he said that because I was watching NBA TV, so I didn't hear any of it.
You need to go. I'm telling you, you need to go watch the end of that. He stayed. I felt like they had him on. I felt like they had him on for the whole quarter, and he might have said 30 words.
I low-key thought he left.
I started talking again. It was fucking weird, dude. It was weird. No one's talking about this enough, man. It was weird. Like, he was just watching 50 burger in the second quarter, just like.
Not only do you lose to the team that you have vested interest in not succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
So this couldn't have been a more embarrassing thing for Griff. Like, oh, he just scored again. Wow.
There was nothing to talk about. Like, I need to go watch that again.
Has the team
about like 13 and a half? He was awkward.
He spoke against Denver. That was a loss. He spoke tonight. Yep. That's just a loss. And all of these games were on Fox 8. Every time the team is played on Fox 8, they haven't won. It's like they can't win in front of the host. They cannot win in front of the host.
You know, motherfucker, why are you choosing to speak on the road every time too? Why you like
that's
it was in Denver?
That's what I'm trying to tell. Because it's on Fox 8. There's more people to hear you. Bro, it's all a play. Y'all gotta see it. Like, use your third eye.
Yeah. So I mean, look, and again, like that's crazy. Perspective. They have the Blazers, the Grizzlies, and the Wizards coming up. Anybody that's optimistic in this chat, if they win, and they should win all 3 of these games, don't come back in here after they lose the next game post All-Star break complaining about shit. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, they got a chance to go 11 games over 500, but that's not the point, bro. That's not the point. It's really, really not the point. Even at 10 or 11 games over 500, nobody knows just yet what you have. Most
Don't you
teams
think
that are
that's a
11 over,
problem?
that's
Don't
the
you
point.
think that's the problem?
There's more questions than answers, bro. And I think people gotta think about that shit, bro. Like it's not just a win and loss record. It's not just about what they were last year. It's not just about health. All those things, a lot of those things are pluses and they're good. But if the process is confusing and you are 11, bro, if you told me it'd have been 10 games over 500, I thought we'd have had a lot more answers than questions at this point. You know what I'm saying? But you got a chance to go over 500 and being double digits going to the All-Star break, and you still got questions about what the fuck this team is, with more questions even after the season is over. Like, it's okay for people to be like, you know, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. That's all right. It's still not a championship team, man. It's not. They're nowhere close.
Hey,
This is an unbelievable comment from Reed. Oh my god!
Damn.
I know he's joking, but oh my god, because he's gonna play over Matt Ryan. I'm gonna lose my mind. I've already lost my mind, but sorry,
we really
go
in hell.
ahead.
We really in hell if Carlo go save us. We in hell.
Yeah.
I got a question for 5. I see that the winless streak on Fox. So, question is, do you think they should either go to WGN? Should they go to NOLA Public Access, or should they just totally just switch to UPN?
I always like WGN, but it's not gonna matter. I mean, we still gonna have the same problems. I wonder, there was another broadcast system that was or conglomerate that was looking at the Pels. What's the one? Was it NBC? I think it was like an affiliate of NBC that was looking at the Pels maybe a couple years ago. And they ended up re-signing with Bally's, hence, you see the fallout. I think Fox just kind of jumped in, was like, hey, we can kind of get in on this. But I think the Pels brand as a whole kind of needs to look at that and see how they can further. I mean, the team winning and losing on the brand, I think that's more so coincidence rather than just, they know that they're in front of the hose. But I think this team's performance is really, it's funny because we always talk about the process, but it's not consistent. Like, we don't know how this team's going to play night in, night out. That's why you can't grasp, like, the people that's watching on Fox, all they know is they just keep losing. They don't know, like, they play somewhat similar to this, like they up and down. This is kind of like a thing, but you look at their record, they 10 games over, going to be 10 games over 500. And we looking at it like, oh, all right, they good. Not really.
Man. These motherfuckers need to be on PBS at this goddamn round.
I was gonna say
Noggin.
Willie Green actually gave them credit again tonight. At this point, I feel like he's trolling us. Like, you just got it.
We got a question for the panel, y'all. Shout out to Lab with the super chat, man.
I appreciate it. Point
Appreciate
Z
you, brother.
impacts the game. So I'm gonna read this question. I'm gonna dip out, fellas. I gotta get out of here, but y'all can keep going if y'all want. But Point Z impacts the game more, not standing in the corner or being a roll man half the second half. Green has no clue how to use Z. Do y'all agree? We've been saying this for. Who wants this one? Who wants to go first here?
Wow.
I mean,
what's the? Let me see the question. You threw me off with that.
You going first?
Well, I'll say this. Huh? Well, I'll answer the question Lab posed. I'm gonna answer your question like that.
Hello?
Answer the question Lab posed. Look, here's the thing. I disagree. He does know how to use Zion, right? I think what you have is it has to be buy-in. That's what made David Griffin's comments so interesting, because he's a person. This is like his second time actually coming out and saying, "Yo, we want to shift to point Zion," and he knows that that's not like widely accepted in the locker room. So for him to put emphasis on that, that's very interesting to me. It could tell you a little bit of something, could tell you nothing, because you never know with Griff. But I do think he does know how to use them. I just think it's a matter of buy-in, man. Everyone has to buy into playing that brand of basketball. And you also have to supplement that with guys who can knock down open shots. Like in the first half, it worked out, but teams are going to live with Dyson Daniels making 2 threes. Teams are going to live with Herb Jones making a couple of threes. You know what I'm saying? You have to play a guy like Hawkins who has great chemistry with Zion. Brandon has to shoot more than 2 threes. CJ went like 3 for 9 or something, but he pretty much did his job for his attempts. But you got to get those attempts up because that's how you're going to be able to equal the odds.
It's funny just looking at the half breakdown. So they put up 74 in the first half, and Lito, to your question earlier in the show, like I felt like they did go away from point Zion in the second half. And they only scored 48.
Why do you think they went away, Justin?
I think you know that answer, Chaz.
Oh man, boy, Justin, a master politician.
Master, yeah.
He was taking a Griff class.
Yeah, Justin Griff. Like,
Listen,
welcome to my
okay,
master class.
I wanted to play Jordan Hawkins. Like y'all are just bashing me for no good reason. I didn't do anything wrong tonight. Okay, I did nothing wrong. Y'all anything else? Y'all good? What y'all want? We good?
Nah, I saw the Lakers blitz Brandon Ingram, and Dyson Daniels was a screener, and he got to go play 3-on-2, and
What
and I was like,
This shit is torture, man. This shit is absolute fucking torture, bro. I was so ready for him to, for him to go off to
Take that
new
next
pasture, man.
Yeah,
Take that new step, or when it was time for him to go off to a new team, man. I was ready for the Dyson Daniels Atlanta Hawks era to begin. I was ready for it, and
you know who really gonna be celebrating Dyson Daniels? I ain't gonna say his name. I mean, his national guy, his initials are ZL. He gonna say Dyson Daniels. My God,
he's good.
Did you catch him?
Guy's good.
Lakers?
No, he said Jack Lowe said he wouldn't trade Dyson Daniels in a deal for DeJounte Murray. He said that. He said
that should tell you everything you need to know about.
Why you say that?
Why you went that far? Like with that?
I have to.
It's so extreme. It's so extreme. Oh my God! All right, yeah.
That's a no for me. That's a deal breaker.
When I think about Dyson Daniels, I feel like the phrase "favor ain't fair" comes to mind.
All right, y'all have a good night, because that wasn't the plan. I didn't want it to get into a whole Dyson Daniels monologue. Just to you know what I'm saying, and close out. That's it.
Hey, you can't stop. Hey, you can't stop God's work, Chris. You can't do it.
Oh, we gotta get this read up, man.
Fuck! I gotta get the read. Let's hear from DraftKings. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code BOOT. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expired 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Wait, hold on 1 second, Justin. Bad Juju said we ain't even answer his question, man.
Oh,
Bad
sorry,
Juju, what you said, bro? Oh, my bad. Hold on. You said
it is Willie Rankin.
Ooh. I feel like me and Chris did a show about this, but
y'all did. Well, y'all wait. Have y'all opinions changed?
Yes, it has. My opinion's definitely changed. I guess I'm gonna ask, who's the best coach? Like, I don't even know who the best coach in Pelicans Hornets history is.
Byron Scott.
It's Byron Scott.
Byron Scott.
Would you go Byron, Monty?
You got Monty over Elvin Gentry?
I was about to say Elvin probably for me.
What did Elvin do?
He won a series.
I guess so. You're right.
He's the only person.
He won a series. He won
a series.
Look, what motherfuckers?
Look. It's
crazy.
Gentry. Nah, Gentry's not 2.
SVG gave a shout out from
Paul Silas is above. Gotta remember,
Yeah.
you gotta remember Paul Silas.
Silas
Yeah.
got some multiple
Willie-
playoffs.
Yeah,
multiple playoffs.
Willie's
Paul was
yeah.
good.
Willie's like 4 or 5, bro. to be
You got
honest
Willie
right
over
now.
Bauer.
Nah, Byron won. Byron's
Oh,
won.
man.
Yeah.
Bauer won.
Byron. Oh, you
Oh,
said
yeah,
Jeff Bauer?
Jeff
Yeah.
Bauer.
Jeff
Jeff
Bauer?
Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Willie's
Bauer-
over. Willie's
Yeah,
over
Willie
Jeff
over
Bauer.
Bauer's the
yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Bauer's hands down the worst.
Yeah.
He was an
Uh,
interim coach, but still, you know.
But he's still a coach.
So-
Like he was the
So,
worst.
so
Who's the
technically, Paul Silas has, I guess, the best record at 47-35.
Dude, I mean, every year whenever Silas was here, we went to the playoffs with Baron Davis and David
Mhm.
Wesley.
Yeah.
Like I think
Willie
we-
beat people like Tim Floyd. You know what I'm saying? That's who Willie can beat. Like
Tim Floyd at
he
500.
beats Tim Floyd.
Tim Floyd at 500.
Is he
Willie-
really?
But
He is.
Willie at
41 to
500
41.
right now. Willie's at
Wait.
500.
Where y'all rank Stan Van Gundy?
Incomplete.
Yeah, I give him
Yeah.
incomplete as
Yeah, you
well.
can't give him the also COVID year. Like it wasn't fair.
Yeah,
It
he
wasn't fair.
kind of he had a rough.
I need
situation.
another one. Yeah, I need another man. So I would say Willie would be 4th.
Can I say something about Stan? Stan
Go
was
ahead.
right. That's
He was
all I
right.
know. He
was
was
right.
fucking right.
He was
Yeah,
right.
right.
That's why he got fired,
Yeah,
because
So,
he was right.
Who's 2? Who's 2?
Alvin.
I mean, Byron, right? After Silas, right?
No.
Oh.
Well, no. I'm saying if you in your rankings, like not in tenure, who like Byron's 1.
Okay.
I don't know if I put Byron on me.
Well, who number 1?
In New Orleans, I probably put on 1 just because he came the closest to like the WCF, like you know.
Yeah.
Well,
back to
he
back.
was
But
too
dog,
close.
if you look at the problem with him, Willie's still doing the same shit he do. He ain't play rookies. Willie don't play rookies.
It's
Like,
a different.
literally
It's a
the
different game. It's a
But it's
different
the
game
same.
though, too.
It's the same disease though.
Yeah, it's like I can see that. You know, it's funny, dog. New Orleans, y'all cats, y'all talk like Yoda. I don't think I can put
That's
on
funny.
1 meat. Like, wait,
Oh
what?
yeah.
Yeah. He did. Nah, he won though.
He won. He won.
Oh, the bar's
who-
so low. The bar
That
is
was the
so
most
low.
exciting time.
We have a
so,
coach
yeah.
in the top 3 because he won a playoff series. Just
But
one.
wait,
He
though,
won one
he's the
playoff
only
series.
coach. He's the only coach other than Silas to take a team to back-to-back. Yeah, back-to-back playoffs.
You know what?
Gentry?
You know what?
Gentry
Gentry go
go-
back-to-back.
No
Who went
way.
back to Byron?
Yeah, Byron went back to back.
Yeah, I'm saying I was talking about Gentry. I'm saying Gentry's in the top 3.
Gentry won and done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gentry's
Gentry.
in the top 3. In
Wait,
coaching
Gentry went back
history.
to back. They got
No,
split. After
no,
they got,
Gentry
no, yeah,
never-
he went twice though, right? No,
went
Byron-
twice. He went twice. He went with 80 like year 3-ish, I think it was, when we got swept by the Warriors. And then
Nah, that
was
was
Monty.
Monty. That was Monty. That was
No,
Monty.
That one only went once.
Oh.
but he
Oh.
won the series. He won a series, so he top 3. This is terrible, by the way.
This is
my-
terrible.
Fucking
No, this
awful.
is bad.
Think
dog.
about this.
is
guys.
bad.
And this is
Look,
why
look.
this is why I can't give that anything because we want to win. We've never won. We've never won anything. This is why
We've historically been losers.
Listen, and this is the problem with the just fans in general, because we haven't won anything. So the little glimpse of winning is okay. It's
It's
satisfying.
Yeah.
But when we up here talking about like, no, we think we should get more. And they like, no, we should be
No.
grateful.
how
whoa,
dare
guys
you
want
want
too much.
DeJounte Murray? How dare you want DeJounte Murray? That is disrespectful to this team.
Willie Green
Yeah,
has a tough
that's
job. He has a
Bro.
tough job on his
I-
hands.
I wouldn't want Willie's job. Boy, fuck you.
I'm out. We're out of here. I'm getting out. I'm at it. You got anything? You don't even get 5 seconds.
Hey, Byron Scott is the best coach since he won Coach of the Year. But to he's the only one that won Coach of the Year. To Fav's point, if this is my 5 seconds, if to Fav's point, the Pelicans scared of the hoes. They scared of the hoes because every time the hoes is in the area, they get go ahead. What's up?
Kelly Rowland was in there tonight.
What's
Damn.
What- Yeah, you
Saw
know what
that,
they did? They folded like a lawn chair. They wouldn't even go up and speak to her. They wouldn't even pinch her. Hey, girl, they wouldn't even do that. They Dyson Daniels. They ain't waving at the rim. They ain't gonna flirt with it.
It sounded like it was a dilemma.